All right, good evening, everybody. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. So tonight we are going to talk about this person who has been charged with a double murder in Cleveland. We're going to say allegedly because she's not been convicted, but we are going to talk about her. So bear with me a moment. I'll be right back and we're going to get into this. Okay, so thank you for chilling out with me tonight. This case has just been heartbreaking. The more information that comes out about it, then you would not believe. So, if you remember, a few days ago, a man walking his dog found two suitcases buried very shallowly in the ground. And when the dog would not get away from the suitcases, he opened one up and found a head. He called the police, and then as time has gone on, we have found out that it was two females in that case, and it was two African American females, and it was two very young African American females. It gets worse each time I hear it. It really does, and I can't even imagine why people are doing what they're doing with children. I can't. I mean, that starts another whole other question of what is wrong with humanity, because the more I cover these cases, the more I have doubts about humanity. Like, is it even worth being nice to somebody, because this is sickening. This is sickening. Because look at these two little girls. Look at them right here. Oh my God. But you're finding out more and more information. Like I said before, the mom, I guess, had some type of mental issue. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to give her an excuse, because she was arrested, and yesterday, I mean, it didn't take them long to find her. So, but neighbors are talking about how these kids have not been seen since December. And there were other reports that when they heard the children crying, the mother would just turn the music up louder just over it. But here they are. This is a little play, in this picture here, we have Amor Wilson, who's the child sitting on her mother's lap. And then you have Mila Chapman, who is sitting on her grandmother's lap. And now at the time of their death, Amor was 10 and Mila was 8. Now here they look to be about 2 and 4 about in this picture, but it's heartbreaking. And then now the fathers, they were half sisters, so they have two different fathers, and the fathers and their families have come out and said things like their one father, the father of Amor Wilson, or I'm gonna make sure I don't get them twisted. One of them, their father, one girl's father, he is currently in jail, and the other one hadn't seen his daughter in 5 years. And the one that's currently in jail, he was reaching out, his family was reaching out, and every time somebody saw her, the mom, she would just pick up and leave. Like, she was going out of her way to make sure nobody had contact with these kids. And then the older child, if I remember correctly, her father had been trying to track her down for years. Like he was calling, going to court, trying to get emergency custody, had called CPS, was doing, welfare checks, having this done because he had real concerns about the safety of this child. And he did everything he could to find his children or his child. And now, unfortunately, she's dead. And who's to blame on this? Because I dare say that if CPS was involved with them at all, they had to have noticed something about her behavior, about her demeanor, something that should have set off a red flag, I would think. But who knows on this one? But let me get into a topic that's not super popular because actually, here's her charging sheet. So she's 28 and her charges are endangering children and murder. So that is what she's being charged with. But let me say this. I'm getting really tired of these stories, these stories of our news articles of people, single parents. And notice I'm not saying single mothers, I'm saying single parents because this goes on both sides. Because if you look at the statistics, single fathers will actually kill their children at a much higher rate than a single mom will, believe it or not. Yeah, it's crazy. But we only hear about the moms. And I think it's because the moms, we're so nurturing and we give birth and the whole thing that it's just unheard of. It's so abhorrent to hear about a woman killing a child, but that's just one theory. But we're having a massive uptick of single parents taking out their kids. And what the hell is going on? Like, why is this such a huge influx of this? Because is the life that bad that you can't raise your children alone, that it's easier just to kill them and go to jail? I mean, I don't understand this at all. She's just one of many that we've heard about, Casey Anthony, that's another one, granted allegedly because she's never been convicted of her daughter's death, or Megan Boswell, same thing, got rid of her kid. God, I'm trying to think. There's just been so many. I mean, Genesis Reed. Now, granted, her mom's in jail and has not stated where this kid is. We don't even know if Genesis Reed is even deceased, but it's looking like that's where it's going, So that's another one. I mean, it's just been so many. Or there's been an instance of a woman who executed her children on a Facebook Live because the father of the children was ignoring her and she got pissed. Because they were divorced or not together anymore and he was with somebody else. But I'm getting so tired of people getting all butthurt about, I lost my significant other because they found somebody else, so I'm going to take it out on the kids. This is getting downright ridiculous, inhumane, and I want to slap the crap out of anybody who even thinks this is okay, because not everybody is meant to have somebody in their life. Let's just put that out there. Not everybody is meant to have somebody in their life. Not every woman is meant to have a child, or just because you can physically do it does not mean you should do it. Because there are very selfish people out there. There are some very selfish women out there that will not sacrifice for their children. There are some selfish men out there that will not sacrifice for their children. So it goes both ways. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to throw this just on the women. I'm not. But I'm just tired of hearing these cases. I'm just so tired. It's too many. It's way too damn many. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart like you would not believe. And I just don't understand why it keeps happening. Case after case after case. Or these women are getting drug addicted and letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry come in there and mess with their kids. Or I don't know. It's like I said, the whole thing is just outlandish and crazy, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. The whole thing. And give me something, y'all. Give me some idea. Why is this happening so much? What could be going on with those two beautiful little girls that woman could not take care of them and had to kill them the way that she did, allegedly kill them. I keep saying allegedly because it is alleged, because she hasn't been convicted, but you all know what I mean. What is it? What is it? Something in the water? Is it the culture? What is going on? Do we all think that kids don't deserve to live? I mean, what is going on? I mean, my husband treated me like crap. I mean, that would not anywhere justify me going over after my kids and treating them like crap because he did. That's called transference. You don't want to do that either. I mean, come on. I don't know. But then I see this little face, and like, look at that. How could somebody hurt that baby? Look at that smile. I mean, 8 and 10, why weren't they in school? Was she homeschooling them? Was she keeping them like away from everybody? I don't know what the hell was going on in Cleveland. But too many people are killing their kids. And it needs to stop. And you can't blame everything on mental illness. There's something else going on. That's my take on this, And Ohio has the death penalty. So, I mean, look at her face. She looks like she's just mad that she got caught. Like, oh, well, they caught me. She just looks mad she got caught. But I will say this. I mean, somebody's got to do something here because I can't keep talking about these cases. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, she looks mad that she got caught. No remorse. I mean, nothing. There's just nothing there to show that she has any type of humility or sorrow. Nothing. Just kind of like, got caught. And how does this make your life better? You had the kids. Now what? I mean, there are organizations that will take your children if you can't raise them. And from what I'm seeing, the fathers of both these kids, their families were willing to step in and take over. So why did you have to kill them? That's what I don't understand. I mean, I'm going to look at it this way. And I'm going to say something very controversial here. And you're all probably going to start like unfollowing me and unsubscribing from me. But let me say this. When it comes to child custody, and I stand by this, and I've said this to multiple people, so this is not something I'm just making up. I truly believe that when you're going for child custody, whether you've been married or not, you're going through a divorce or not, whatever the hell the situation is, there is child custody on the table. Both parents need a full psych study. I'm not talking a 20-minute conversation with a psychiatrist. I'm talking multiple sessions. It needs to happen, okay? Because people keep saying all children belong with the mother. I don't agree with that because not all women are meant to be mothers. Or they can, like I said, they can physically give birth, but they are emotionally and mentally not capable of raising a child. But yet they want the kid just because they're pissed off at the dude, whatever. All I'm saying is I truly believe when it comes to child custody, there needs to be more of an effort of both the parents being evaluated. And if there's any animosity between those parents, then they need to keep an eye on those parents. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Because too many of these kids get caught up in the crossfire because mom and dad can't get their shit together. And that's awful. You can't do that. Drag the kids in the middle. But I do feel that psychiatrists need to come in there and do an evaluation and let them deem who is the more fit parent. Once it comes down to like monies, whatever, my thing is they need to do more investigative services on these situations in every case. Now, it may take more time to get the thing settled, but damn it, it gets settled. Because I know some people who should not have ever had custody of their kids. I know too many. And that's what I feel. Like I said, if you go through a divorce or you're going through child custody, you should have a psych evaluation done on you and the person who's the other parent. That should happen, and they should figure it out from there. I really feel that. And those kids should be evaluated as well. Make sure there's not some trauma in there they need to deal with. But that's my thought. So, like I said, if you don't like what I had to say about this, you can unsubscribe. That's fine. But I'm just getting sick and tired of seeing kids just dead. I'm just tired. I'm just so tired. So damn tired. Especially when these men, the one father at least went out of his way to find his child. For 5 years, he had not seen his kid. And now the last time he's going to see her is in a goddamn casket. Like, what is that? You can't do that. That's That's beyond heartbreaking. It really is. All right, I know I've been rambling, and I'm sorry. I have nothing of substance tonight other than I'm talking about this because it's just heartbreaking. So this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. I'm going to hop off here because I'm tired and it's been a long day. And if you want to share this, please do so. And if you want to subscribe, please do so. Share, like, comment, whatever, and hit the bell so you get notified when I'm on here. But it's just awful. Those kids didn't deserve to die. And if that woman is proven to have done it, she needs to be buried under the prison. Simple as that. I hope they give her the death penalty. There's no reason for her to do what she did. So that's all I'm going to say. So good night, everybody. Hug and kiss your kids. Love them. Because you never know. So have a good night, everybody. Bye.